Today, I've got some huge Infinite Warfare news for you guys, and honestly, it's kind of exciting. Like, I know IW isn't everybody's favorite cup of tea, but we do have some somewhat exciting changes and additions coming to the game, which hopefully make it a little bit better for those guys who aren't enjoying it as much. So, number one is yesterday, the release date for the first DLC pack was leaked, and I'm actually pretty excited to see what they do with it this year. We'll talk about that here in a second. And then we also have some intel on a big weapon balancing patch that should be coming out any day now, and I think that should balance the multiplayer a little bit better. It's going to nerf some of the really overused, overpowered guns and give some love to some guns who don't see quite as much use. So it should open up the playing field a little bit. But anyway, let's talk about this DLC release date. So yesterday, Lee Ross, who's the project director for Infinite Warfare Zombies, made a mistake, all right? So somebody tweeted at him asking if he had any intel on the release date for the DLC pack number 1, and he tweeted back January 31st, first on PlayStation 4 and PS4 Pro. Now, I can't show you guys a screenshot of this tweet because it was promptly deleted. It was not meant to be tweeted out. Obviously, I mean, he meant to tweet it out, but he wasn't supposed to. Activision hasn't officially announced that yet, so he kind of let the cat out of the bag. It's not 100% confirmed yet, but we can be pretty sure it's going to be coming out on the 31st of January, which isn't too far away. Now, you might be thinking, you know, IW, it's not really my game. I don't really like it all that much. I'm not that hyped about the DLC. Why would I pay $15 or, you know, buy the season pass or whatever else? I'm excited to see what Infinity Ward does with it. So if you guys remember, back in Call of Duty Ghosts, which was another game which a lot of people didn't really like, their DLCs, at least at the start of the year, were actually pretty hyped. Like, think about, you know, the one that had Mike Myers on the map. Think about the one that had the Predator. You know, there were some pretty cool DLCs and some cool new things they added into the multiplayer with those DLCs. So that's kind of exciting. I'm hoping that they're going to go above and beyond this year like they did with their previous game. On top of that, one thing we know is going to be pretty good is we will get more zombies. So I know a lot of people, including myself, are really enjoying the zombies this year. So if anything else, we're going to get a second look at zombies, a new map, a new location, a new storyline. It's going to be cool. But I'm hoping the multiplayer, they kind of switched up a bit. And I feel like they kind of have to because a lot of people aren't really that impressed with the multiplayer so far. So we'll have to wait and see what they do. They're kind of backed into a corner right now. So I would love to see them come out in round 2 and just really start throwing some punches. Give us a really cool DLC pack, maybe bring back some more throwback weapons, some weapons DLC, stuff like that. I'm not sure what's going to happen, but whatever happens, it's going to happen here pretty soon. Now, moving on, let's talk about this big patch update, which should be coming very soon. Obviously, there are a lot of little issues right now, like the little, you know, FTL jump glitches to get outside of the maps and into areas where you shouldn't be in the maps, particularly on Genesis and stuff like that. So a lot of that stuff's going to be fixed. They're also going to be doing a big weapon balancing patch. So check out Slightly Dusty on Twitter right here. He tweets to Joe Seacott, who is the kind of like lead multiplayer designer at Infinity Ward. Like, he's the head honcho. And Dusty says, you guys got to nerf this raw. It's really getting to me. And Seacott responds, a weapon balance patch will be hitting after the holiday. Now, this was tweeted on the 25th, which was the day after Thanksgiving. I'm assuming he was talking about Thanksgiving. So it's probably going to be happening any day now. If he said holidays, I would assume he's talking about the end of the year, kind of like, you know, Chris, Mahana, Kwanzaa, New Year's, all those all in one, but I don't think he's talking about that. I think we should get this patch very soon. Now, after that, kind of a little bit later on in the thread, somebody else said, I just want the NV4 nerfed. The others seem fine, but you literally can't play a game without a dominant NV4 player. And honestly, I agree with this. Like, the NV4 is just, it's the jack of all trades weapon. Everybody uses it. There's NV4 spam all over lobbies. I feel like it's all I see in the kill feed. I don't think it's extremely insanely overpowered to the point that nothing else can compete with it, like we've seen in some previous Call of Duties with certain weapons, but I do think it needs a little bit of an adjustment. And Joe Seacott responded, the NV4's main weakness is fire rate. It's the slowest 4-shot weapon. It will get an adjustment. So the NV4 is going to be nerfed, but I hope they don't touch it too much. Like, I feel like a lot of times when the community starts bitching and the YouTubers start bitching and stuff like that, and they go to nerf a weapon, they nerf it into oblivion to the point that it's not even useful anymore. Think about the Vesper back in Black Ops 3. That thing went from the best gun in the game to the absolute worst, where nobody wanted to use it, and they eventually had to rebuff it again. That happens all the time. Think about the Volk in Infinite Warfare. This is probably the most recent example. The Volk used to be one of the best assault rifles in the game. They nerfed it, and now there's really no reason to use it. It gets outshot by everything in almost every situation. So it's just like, I want to see a slight adjustment just to make it so you see a little bit more variety in the lobbies, but not to the point that it makes the weapon useless, because then we just go through and like one by one we kind of take weapons out of the rotation, and then eventually they get back into it with another buff later on and stuff like that. I don't know, it's really tough. Obviously it sounds a lot easier than it actually is as a game developer. There's never going to be 100% like uniform evenness, because if it was, we'd have all the same weapons, but there has to be that balance where you see a lot of variety and you don't see NV4s dominating 50% of the lobby every single lobby. So I don't know, hopefully they can do something with it. We'll have to wait and see what happens, and I wonder which other weapons they're going to end up changing. But anyway, thank you guys so much for watching. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. Let me know what you guys think about DLC 1. Are you somewhat curiously hyped about it? That's kind of where I'm at. I'm curiously hyped. I'm hoping they come like with something out of left field and really surprise us and make it awesome. We'll have to wait and see what happens, but I'm going to catch you guys later. Thank you guys so much for watching. Peace out.